If you do this for 7-8 days, the amount of toxicity that you expel from the body is tremendous.
It'll do a lot for the development of their intelligence and everything.
The level of inertia that you feel in your mind is much lower. You will see slowly the RBC content will go up.
Honey is the only substance found on the planet whose chemical composition is very close to that of human blood. If you change a few things, it's almost like blood. Daily consumption of honey can do a lot for your health, especially people who have excess mucus problems. It's very good for your heart, it's good for your brains, it keeps your mind alert, and it's highly energetic. So daily consumption of honey can do a lot, especially if you have growing children. They must consume honey on a daily basis. It'll do a lot for the development of their intelligence and everything.
If you cook honey, it'll become poisonous. Honey should not be cooked, it's not a good thing to do. Certain part of the honey turns poisonous if you cook it. You should put it in warm water, not in boiling hot water. If you put it in hot water, it sets off a certain kind of enzymes, behave in a certain way in the honey that it tends to take away weight from the body. If you put it in cold water, it behaves in a different way and accordingly it adds weight to the body. It is not that a few spoons of honey that you're taking is putting weight to your body. It is just that it sets off a certain reaction in your system that your absorption rate is such that you tend to gain weight.
If you want to integrate the system just for health, somebody is feeling anemic. Anemia means on one level the blood has lost its iron, you lost the strength in the body. You'll feel exhausted, simply exhausted for nothing. Because once the necessary iron is not there, your ability to carry oxygen through the body is less. That means your body, your heart, your brain, everything will be on a lower level of function because you don't have enough oxygen. So, to take care of this, one of the simple things is you consume a little bit of honey in warm water on a daily basis, and you will see slowly the RBC content will go up. If there's more oxygen in the blood, suddenly you feel a burst of energy, suddenly everything is active, the rejuvenation system in the body is going up, the dead cells are being replaced quickly. The level of inertia that you feel in the body is much lower, the level of inertia that you feel in your mind is much lower. So consuming honey will bring a certain balance to the circulatory system, which is very, very essential for a yoga practitioner because you're pushing the body in certain ways. So keeping the blood chemistry in a certain balance, keeping the blood pure will definitely happen with a regular consumption of honey, and it's very necessary for someone who practices yoga. And if you want to bring a new level of flexibility, one thing is, lot of toxicity has to go from the system. If you just go on water diet or honey and water diet, which will keep you energetic enough, if you are not already bone thin, if you can afford to use a little bit of weight, if you put honey, you won't lose weight also. If you add enough honey or you take spoonfuls of honey, you won't lose weight. If you do this for 7-8 days, the amount of toxicity that you expel from the body is tremendous. If you do this, then you see suddenly you find your body is so much more flexible. Just experiment, don't believe all this. So, honey plays an important role. People who are doing yogic practice, it is good to consume honey.
Honey has always been a very popular culinary delicacy as well as an important medical remedy for many millennia. Across the globe, our ancestors seem to be well aware of the many health benefits of honey. Its earliest known as a medicinal prescription is found in Sumerian clay tablets that may be almost 4,000 years old. Almost 30% of the Sumerians' medical treatments included honey. In India, honey is an important part of Siddha and Ayurveda, the ancient traditional systems of medicine. In ancient Egypt, it was used in managing skin and eye diseases and also as a natural bandage applied on wounds and burns. Several other cultures have also used honey for various medical purposes. Today, honey is the focus of much scientific research by the medical community, which has been investigating and confirming the many uses of honey our forefathers thought of. So let's take a look at few of those. Honey for blood. Honey influences the body in different ways depending on how you consume it. If honey is mixed in tepid water and drunk, it has a beneficial impact on the RBC content or count in the blood. Preliminary research has shown the positive effect of honey on hypertension or high blood pressure. Traditionally, honey is also consumed to reduce the effect of hypotension or low blood pressure. There is also some preliminary evidence that honey can prevent low WBC count in chemotherapeutic patients. In a small-scale experiment, 40% of patients at risk of low WBC count had no recurrence of the problem after consuming 2 teaspoons of therapeutic honey a day during chemotherapy. Always remember that honey should not be given to infants under 12 months of age because of risk that it may contain spores of botulism bacteria that can lead to infant botulism. Now these spores are found in dust and soil could find their way into honey. An infant system is still not geared up to defend itself against these kinds of infection. Honey or sugar? What you should prefer? There has been a lot said about the negative effect of white sugar on the body. Honey is great substitute that is sweet but is also safe to consume. Though honey also includes just simple sugars in its chemical makeup, it is quite different from white sugar in that it contains 30% of glucose and 40% of fructose, 2 monosaccharides or simple sugars, with 20% of other complex sugars. Now honey also includes dextrose, which is a starchy fiber. This combination helps the body regulate the blood sugar levels. Another thing, always remember that honey is not too much different from white sugar when it comes to diabetes. Both products increase the blood sugar level and the same care must be taken by diabetic patients. Honey is antibacterial and antiseptic. Consumption of honey promotes an increase in beneficial antioxidant agent, stimulates antibodies and combats harmful microbial activity. Several studies have also looked honey in wound treatment. One study made in National Center for Biotechnology Information used a therapeutic honey that had undergone a special purification process, which destroyed all strains of bacteria in wound among the studied participants. Another study, according to British Journal of Surgery, treated wounds and leg ulcers for 59 patients, of whom 80% had not responded to conventional treatment. With unprocessed honey, except for one, all the other wounds showed improvement. Now what's more, the infected wound becomes sterile within just 1 week of honey application. In traditional medicine, one of the health benefits includes the treatment of respiratory infections. Daily consumption of honey is used to deal with issues such as excess mucus and asthma. Clinical research has also shown for medical grade honey can destroy food-borne illnesses, pathogens such as E. coli and Salmonella. Honey has also shown promise in fighting bacterial strains that has developed resistance to antibiotics. Research has shown honey is effective against methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus and Pseudomonas aeruginosa. Honey fights infections on many levels, making it difficult for pathogens to develop resistance to it. Antibiotics, by contrast, typically target bacteria while they are growing, giving them an opportunity to evolve resistance. Honey is also found to disrupt what is known as quorum sensing, which reduces the virulence of bacterial pathogens and allows antibiotics to take effect. Now let us see that how honey is a very good energy-giving food. One of the important uses of honey in traditional medicine is It is an instant energy booster. As mentioned above, honey contains many different kinds of sugar molecules, especially glucose and fructose. However, unlike white sugar, where fructose and glucose are combined as sucrose and requires an additional setup in digestive process, in honey, these two sugars are separate. Thus, the glucose acts as an instant energy source. The United Nations National Survey Board recommends consumption of honey because it contains many vitamins and minerals in small amounts. A list of these include niacin, riboflavin, pantothenic acid, calcium, copper, iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, and zinc. Now let us see that how honey combats skin and scalp infection. Now there are many health benefits of honey on skin and scalp well-being as well. The small-scale study which included 30 patients that looked at the effects of honey on treating seborrheic dermatitis and dandruff. Participants applied diluted crude honey every alternate day, gently rubbing their problematic areas for 2 to 3 minutes. The honey was left in the place for 3 hours before being washed off with warm water. Now all the patients showed improvement with the treatment. Itching was relieved and scaling disappeared in a week, while lesions disappeared in 2 weeks. The patient's hair loss situation also improved. What's more, patients who continued the treatment for 6 months by applying honey once a week did not suffer from the relapse. Now, one of the incredible benefits that honey gives is it gives a sound sleep to children. Preliminary results from several studies indicate that honey can improve the quality of sleep in children. Based on parents' opinion, the studies concluded that honey reduced cough among children during the night and helped them sleep more soundly. Now, 6th point is honey helps in digestion. Honey helps reduce constipation, bloating, and gas, thanks to it being a mild laxative. Honey is also rich in probiotic or friendly bacteria such as bifidobacteria and lactobacilli, which aids in digestion. It promotes the health and immune system and reduces allergies. Using honey in place of table sugar has been found to reduce the toxic effect in the gut of mycotoxins produced by fungi. Now, honey is always considered to be nature's gift of mankind and was prescribed as an essential ingredient in every kitchen in India. It was seen as an important part of the diet by anyone over 12 months of age. Now, honey was considered as a pre-digested food and was said to be easily digested by human beings. One of the uses of honey in both Ayurveda and Siddha is the vehicle for medicine. When mixed with honey, medicines are easily and quickly absorbed by the body and they spread across the system through blood circulation. Honey is also said to maintain the potency of the medicine and prolong its effectiveness. Siddha texts prescribe honey as part of the treatment for Ushna-related issues, that is, heat-related issues, excess mucus, vomiting, gas problems, impurities in the blood. Siddha text identifies several different kinds of honey, of which honey collected from the deep mountainous forest, known as melithin or mountain honey, is said to have the highest medicinal value. Now, personally, I consume honey every day in the morning with mild lukewarm. And if you also do it, just comment down in the comment section below, or not, just start and just experiment with the benefits of it. Hope you loved the exploration, and if you found the video meaningful, do not forget to give it a like, share and subscribe. Up to next, stay safe, healthy, happy, and namaskaram.